So the message was, it only matters in the moment. And it's a way of letting go, of holding on to things, because if you are present in the moment, you can't be holding on to something that happened or something that might happen. When you're present, the only thing that matters is what's happening in that present moment. It may be connected to other moments that have led up or that it is leading to, but in that moment, only what's in that moment can matter when you are present. Therefore, you cannot be tethered or weighted down in fear or anxiety, in anger, around something that happened or might happen. And again, that energy may be infused into the moment, which is special in and of itself to be able to witness that and to then see how it is impacting you moment to moment to moment, to then call attention to that of, do I want to feel this way? I'm allowing this energy that happened in a moment in time. I'm wearing it like a weighted cloak, weighing me down and covering my own light. So I'm almost seeing someone like hunched over, almost in the way of like technology kind of creates people with this hunched over quality. It's like cloaking, but it's weighted, it's heavy, like I can feel it in my upper back. Which is also the back gate of all of the chakras, which all connect to self. Holding on to the past creates this weighted cloak that blocks the energetic flow through and to the back gates, preventing you from growing in your own energetic expression in terms of aligning to your energetic expression. And then the future is connected to the yogic teachings of the back body, represents the past, the front, and the future. That can become a weighted cloak. How interesting, it balances you. And so people actually feel like they are in this state of balance when in fact they are wearing these weighted cloaks that are weighing them down, yet keeping them in this false sense of balance. But it's much harder to move in these weighted cloaks. The world feels heavier. It's literally hard to move, it's hard to be, it's hard to express, and your light cannot express, for these cloaks create this barrier of the light not only expressing through you to support you, but also to support others. So if you're focused in the future, it is hard to allow your light to express out to the world. And if you're focused in the past, it is hard to align to your own particular, authentic, unique, purposeful alignment, frequency, being, state of presence. So notice if you are stuck in the past, how is that impacting you? If you are in fear of the future, how is that impacting you in your service in the world? Even having one on, it begins to almost it begins to weight down the whole body. So you're either almost forward folding from the past, coming into this shell of a person, almost this like tamasic, hypo-aroused in terms of the different contextualizations of this through the energy body and the nervous system. And then the fear of the future, it's almost like pressing them back into this like back bend. Because you keep trying, you keep giving and giving and giving, not realizing that it's this weighted cloak. And so you're feeling literally bent backwards. Because your light isn't able to express what feels like work. If you can take off the weight of the future you can actually then begin to acclimate and truly move into alignment energetically and physically. And it is not so difficult. You can move through each moment in time in a sense of alignment, not tethered and weighted by the past, and not being suffocated by the fear of the future. It is coming into alignment, coming into your authenticity, coming into who you truly are, and that can be experienced through presence and finding your own unique understanding and experience and throughway in that. So it may not be presence as it is perceived, it is the essence of what is coming through. Present awareness in the moment. For the energy of the past and the energy of the future are always here. They can always inform, but informing is very different from the orientation in which many have acclimated to, where it becomes this weighted cloak. Oh, and the weighted blanket of the nurturing sense of a energy that is more masculine in nature, not through gender, but through the way in which we have labeled it as such. That feeling of Pepper's presence was this, it felt masculine, like a weighted blanket. That is that masculine energy. Oh, and it's purposeful, but that masculine energy has weighted us down. That weighted blanket is like this weighted cloak of that masculine energy. There is a misalignment in the masculine energy, therefore there's a misalignment in the feminine energy. Therefore, coming into alignment, allowing the masculine and the feminine to move into harmony, where there is no masculine and feminine, for they simply become one. The flavors and hues and colors and textures and frequencies of each do sparkle. It's almost like holiday lights, fairy lights, LED lights. There is a wire that runs and connects through all of them. But then each light is almost like a sparkle of feminine, a sparkle of masculine. So you're always in this sense of oneness and in the experience of the duality. And that's really the male and the female. That energy is just simply a way of understanding duality. It's just simply a way of understanding the splitting of one into something to then experience the whole of it, to then be in a deeper sense of knowing of the all. So that separation really is just a way of understanding the all, so thereby understanding oneself. Is approach, understanding others. Everyone's trying to come into that energy. And you can do so through that present moment of just being in presence. Because then you just simply allow it to be. You're not trying to figure it out or do anything. The doing is moving into alignment. Then you can be. The doing has been misconstrued into producing. Doing is the effort it takes to maintain alignment. And so if you are not in alignment, the effort can feel that much greater. That's why it's so taxing to do things that do not excite you on any particular level. And that's why when you are doing something that you enjoy, you are in a state of alignment and it doesn't feel effortful. And so that is also why meditation, the 8 limbs of yoga, moves you from effortful focus, dharana, into dhyana, effortless focus, into samadhi. And that happens in that moment. That moment, the effortlessness is the liminal space, the point between the effort and the non-effort. But yet the non-effort is actually that place of samadhi. There is this That's why people don't even recognize it, because it can feel so brief. And that is also why it is a practice. But that effortlessness, the dhyana and the samadhi, they are one in the same. It's similar. Okay, so this makes sense. In terms of contextualizing it, it's not necessarily what happens. It's just a way of understanding it through a lens of humanity in the way that we see things. So it's like when the crown and or the Hrit chakra opens, they open simultaneously. One opens the other. So it's like the dhyana and samadhi are one. You cannot reach samadhi without the dhyana. I hope that's being pronounced. I guess it doesn't matter how. It's the essence of it, the effortlessness. Dhyana. So it's similar to the hand movement that came through earlier. Right, masculine, left, feminine, both together. Masculine, feminine, meeting together. And they both maintain their individuality. You are still moving the right and the left. They are still their own frequency, essence, energy. They move together in tandem with one another, as a unit. And that is exactly the context, and then to conceptualize a soul or a pixel, as we brought through earlier. I'm feeling called to end it there. So, as always, until next time, friends, stay curious.